Good morning everyone. I'm rushing a bit this morning. I've come down to the marina at Guardamar del Segura, not to photograph the marina, but to go out and photograph along the seawall. But I've kind of misjudged the timing a bit, and I'm rushing to get around there. But to be honest, I don't think we're going to get much in the way of a sunrise this morning because it's very cloudy and it's also very windy. So I don't know how this is going to work. But I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. I don't know if you can see or even hear anything. It is so windy around here. I'm on the sea wall, but I can't set a tripod up or anything. It's just blowing a gale. I'm going to have to try and find something else. I've decided to try and do one shot out on this wall, but I've got no idea if it's going to work because it's so windy. What I've done is I've splayed my tripod legs out, tripod a bit lower, but also as wide as possible to try and avoid the effects of the wind on it. I can't set the video tripod up, it's just going to blow over in the wind. I'm just doing a shot with this wall goes out and curves around to the left. And then we've got quite a nice cloud pattern up there, which almost kind of mirrors it, curving in from the top right and down. And the only thing I'm not sure about, I've gone to F8 to get 8 seconds because I'm concerned about sharpness on a longer exposure. I'm going to do one at 30 seconds. I might even do one with the ISO bumped up as well, so that I can get an even faster exposure, which might just let me recover detail by blending the images together if I've got camera shake in there, but I guess we'll see. Okay, it's crazy windy out there. I've tried one shot, but whether I'll actually be able to get it sharp, I think I've got one that looks like it's sharp on the back of the camera. So I'm hoping that'll work, but it's too windy out there. It's just crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be this windy this morning. So I'm going to have to try and find something else. Yeah, okay, today is not working out very well for me. I may have managed one shot out on that harbour wall, but it was just so windy. I was really struggling. I then thought I'll come back around just outside the harbour, because when I scouted this place out a year ago, there was these sort of wonderfully rickety old kind of little small jetties with some old boats on, but they're all gone. They were actually on the Segura River. I'm now standing kind of between the river and part of the harbour, just trying to salvage one shot, because I just don't think it's going to work out well today. And what I've got, there's a building out there which sits on like another, sort of the other shore of the Segura River. I don't know what it is, but it looks okay. There's a little bit of cloud in the sky and some tones above it. And I'm going for a vertical composition, and what I think I might do, I'm going to do one shot with it with a fairly fast exposure to make sure I get all of the solid stuff sharp, and then I'm going to pop on a filter, either a 6-stop or a 10-stop, and see if I can blur the water, because I think it might just look more effective. Anyway, we'll see. Actually, the sun's coming up now, so that might mean that we get a better option. Let me try something else. Yeah, okay, so the sun's coming up, breaking through the clouds. It's difficult to get a composition. I'm keeping the building and the bit of land that it's on very low in the frame on the left hand side, with the sun coming up on the right. Quite a nice bit of sky. Maybe crop it 16:9 as well, take a bit of the top out. I've got to keep the camera, the angle, quite high, because there's boats down here that I don't want sticking up into the frame. Sorry, everything's a bit wobbly because I can't set the video tripod up. So I've taken a shot at a 30th of a second. It looks like it's come out sharp. I've just popped on a 10-stop filter. It's going to let me get a 30-second exposure. And what I might do is just blend the sea from the 30-second exposure. Well, it's the sea and the river from the 30-second exposure in, because that might just look a little bit nicer. Sometimes when things don't work out the way you want, it's worth having a bit of a hang around and a play just to see what happens, and that's what I'm doing now. Just seeing if there's any shots that kind of work. Okay, just doing a shot with kind of the end of a breakwater coming out, with the sun just coming up above the clouds. Trying to make sure the breakwater, although it's coming in from one side of the frame, it's not breaking the other side. Certainly not the images I had planned for today, but might be okay. Just managed to catch a shot with a seagull coming across there. That might add something extra. It might be a little bit blurry, but probably be okay. Keep it quite dark as a silhouette. Sun's a fair way up now. It's coming out through some cloud, and it's going to go through a bigger clump of cloud, so we're going to lose the light, I suspect. And even so, it's just so windy, it's kind of crazy. I thought the weather forecast for this morning was, you know, for a breeze. But it's blowing an absolute hoolie. You know what? The wind is starting to get to me now. I think I'm done for the morning. I'm going to head for home. This morning really didn't go the way I planned, but you never know, I may have got something interesting out of it anyway. You'll already have seen. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, well, Like, shares and comments, always appreciated. If you're new here, or if you've been here before, you like my stuff but you haven't hit subscribe yet, then now would be a great time to do so. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye, and hopefully it's less windy.